Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So let's talk about the daytime Emmy Awards. This is my first time actually watching, you know, a award show, a soap opera like award show. And I thought it was pretty interesting. It's particularly interesting to me because I watch all four soap operas. So it's one of those things where it's like, to some extent, it doesn't really matter who wins because you're happy for them either way. Now, I know that back in the day, it was more about the soap operas. And I kind of wish that I would have been watching it more back in the day because I didn't really care about the awards for the talk shows and things of that nature. Like, I really didn't care. Now, a couple of getting to the awards. I know some people would sit there and say that when it came towards Sonia Eddy's category, that maybe the reason why she won was because she passed away. But I like to sit there and think that her work spoke for itself. And I feel like if she was here, she still would have, they still would have chose her to win regardless. Because, her acting spoke for itself. I was a little surprised by um, Thornton. I think that the guy who plays Ridge, him beating out Peter Bergman and Maurice Bernard was just kind of out of left field. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm know that he's a good actor. I used to sit there and watch him back in the day when on he was on Port Charles, and I watch B&B often. So it's not like the dude doesn't know what he's doing. It just seems a little out of place. I mean, even if you push Marie Bernard out, to the side, Peter Berkman, really? Now, I've talked about this in my members' live stream. The category, the part of Eda McCoy winning when she went up against what was the kid that plays Douglas and the kid that plays Thomas, B&B and Days. All three of them are great actors in their own rights, right? Like I give a lot of props to people who can do that. It's a very extremely difficult job. Not only just the lines that you have to sit there and remember, but just everything that comes with being an actor. So all of them get their props in itself. But for me, it's something that's just kind of out of pocket when you put Ian McCoy, against child actors, against actors that are like 10 and under. And while this doesn't take away the accomplishment that Eda McCoy, she's a good actress. Okay, she's a good actress and she deserves recognition. But this comes down to the Academy and the fact that you're putting her against kids. Like I feel like it's an unfair advantage to put her up against kids. You know, it just is. It's not on her. That's on the Academy. That's on them. But it's just kind of out of pocket as a whole, and they need to sit there and do something better in the future. Because, to be honest, when I sort of looked on those kids' faces, it was pretty sad to watch. It really was. So just as a whole, that whole category was just one giant cluster. We're gonna be real. Darnell Turner. Mm, please don't put that man back on stage and have him improv anything. Just don't. Now, if you was there and you watched, you heard that dry ass joke that even Laura Wright just sat there and been like, I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, she gave the look of I can't believe you just embarrassed GH as a whole. I wish it was kind of like the Apollos, where they would sit there and take the stick with the hook, just to kind of pull his ass away from that situation. Listen, I'm only sitting there bringing this up because, well, let's be honest. If you watched it, it's going to be etched in your mind, and it's just not something that you're going to forget. So, yeah. Um, I did think the Tyler Christopher tribute was nice with Steven, the guy who plays Patch. I thought that was pretty nice. I thought a lot of the tributes were pretty nice. The one with Jackie, all the people that passed, I thought that was pretty nice. I give him a lot of props in that. It was cool to sit there and see the actors not necessarily be their characters, just like be like people or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, Jacqueline won another award, which is not even a surprise. It's like, she walked up there. It's like, all right, it's like, all right, let's just take another one. I could just put it with the collection I already have. Susan Lucci winning the Lifetime Achievement. I thought that was really cool. That was actually a really cool moment. I met her once. I tell this story a couple of times in my stream and stuff like that. She's a very sweet and down to earth person. I remember I met her in my job a couple of years ago. Just going through the day, going through the motions, whatever. And I turn around, she's like, "Oh yeah, I need some books or whatever for my niece and nephews and stuff." And I'm just like, man, I'm talking to Susan Lucci. I mean, I gotta sit there and put a straight face on. I'm like, I'm talking to Susan Lucci. You know, she's an icon. She is literally the Elizabeth Taylor of soap operas. You know, so when Shamor, I think that's his name, um, gave the opening speech, it was just like everybody already knew that she was going to be up there. So to see that was just, I mean, the woman is an icon, and I can't think of a better soap actor or actress that deserves something like that. I mean, there's a lot of people, but I mean, she set the standard. She set the tone for being like daytime royalty. So I'm personally happy that she got that. She deserves it. So it was a pretty cool moment to sit there and see. Um, I don't think I probably would have watched it if I just watched one soap opera, because I used to just watch one, like I used to just watch General Hospital, just review General Hospital, and then when everything got shut down and it started to come back on, it was like you should watch Days, and you should watch B&B, and you should watch Y&R. But if I just watched GH, I would have been like, all right, that's cool for the GH people, but I don't know who the hell these other people are. So I think watching all four of them was really cool to sit there and say. So as a whole, that was okay. Um, yeah, it was a fine little thing. It's some like I said, some of the people that won some stuff was just like, I'm not saying it's not questionable because they all deserve to be there. Any actor that can sit there and get on screen and do what they do, deal with the stuff that they deal with. Keep in mind that they ain't sitting there making millions like they used to, you know? So all of them deserve to be there and they all deserve to sit there and get their recognition and their praise. Um, Regardless of the categories that they should and shouldn't have been in. And I still can't get over the Peter Bergman thing. Whatever. Just as a whole, it was a little fun little thing to sit there and say. I wish I would have watched it back then because I'm pretty sure it was a whole lot more funner to watch. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. I do want to thank everyone for joining. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If you saw the daytime Emmys, what were your thoughts? What your likes, dislikes, favorite moments, yada yada, stuff like that. Let me know, and I will see you in the next video.